Good morning, my friends. Welcome back to my channel. It's Trashcraft Tuesday time, and hopefully I can get through this video without what happened yesterday. So let's jump into the project, and make something. So today I am inspired, as I often am, by Gayle Agostinelli. She was making these page inserts, I guess, like a signature page out of book pages. What she was using was a bird book, and I happened to have a bird book and thought, oh well, why not? I'll use the same type of book. And then I was, a bit indecisive. I couldn't settle on a project. And then these forms here, they're out of a duplicate book. They were sent to me by the lovely Pauline. So if you're watching this, Pauline, hello. Thank you so much. And I thought, oh, why don't I have a play with these for Trashcraft Tuesday? And so I went through a few ideas, and then I realized, why don't I combine these with the inspiration I got from Gayle? So instead of using book pages, I'm going to use these as my base. So there is a perforated line here, and it's partly torn off, so I'm just... Actually, that's not perforated. The white copy is perforated, but this part isn't. Actually, I might use my ruler instead. Doesn't really matter. Scissors or ruler would be fine. But anyway, we're doing this now. So I'm just doing that so that they're the same size. And it was one was a bit bigger than the other. So laying... Now, do I want to do that? No, I think this way will be fine. Laying the two pages together. So this is ideal for small books. If you have those small books that you think, well, what can I do with them? They'd make really cool signature pages because of the illustrations, but the illustrations are a bit small maybe, or you just don't want to fussy cut them out or something. Then this is an ideal project. So taking another piece of book page of whatever you like. Now I believe Gayle used a straight piece, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to tear it. And we're going to use that to join them together. And that's going to be, the spine will be in the middle. So this acts as a joiner, but also a reinforcer. So it could have been a little bit bigger so that we didn't have the blank space at the top and bottom, but I think it will be fine. So I am going to use glue stick. I'm just going to have a look at the words. There's nothing too objectionable on it either side, so I think we're good to go. I think I'll use the other side because it's got a few more bold words on it, which just give it a little bit of visual interest as well. So I hope you're having a good week, friends. I did have a little moment in yesterday's video. If you've watched that, you'll know. I did not anticipate that was going to happen, but I think it was probably a bit overdue. And yeah, I'm actually doing okay. It's just, yeah, I'm still really tired, and I have trouble with my emotions when I'm tired. Maybe I'll just put it bang in the middle. I was like, do I line it up at the top or the bottom or what? So I'm just going to pop it there, and then I'm going to wrap. So I've got a little bit of a gap there because I've got one side that's uneven width. So it doesn't matter, you could put a bigger gap if you like, if you wanted to kind of push out the sides a bit more, make them a bit bigger. You could just give a wider gap because this is going to be covered as well in various forms. And I'm going to do that next because it is sticky. It's got exposed glue. So from there, it's really just about playing with scraps, hence Trashcraft Tuesday. So I thought, need more book page. This is going to be quite a neutral version. So let's put a bit of music, if I can finish my sentences. From a 1907, something like that, hymnal. It's super thin paper and I love it. In fact, I don't know where I've put the books. I've got a few pages floating around, but I've got 2 of these books. Don't know where they are. I haven't seen them for months and months. And I'd forgotten about them until I found a few of these sheets. Excuse me. And then it's like, oh, where have I put those? So, do I want to just go in the middle? I don't think I want quite as much as that. Maybe we put it up the top because of the way I tore it. Oops, stick that down. It's not wanting to stick totally. And there's also a bit of the carbon, the blue from the carbon paper. There's a line there, so we can cover that up. I've just got a little bit up there that I don't want. Would have been fine. It would have just been persnickety. I might just pop that there. I'm going to change my glue page because this is so thin. I don't want to end up sticking it to my glue page and tearing it. Now that I've worked out where I want it, I would have to rethink it because it would be a different size and shape. So I thought just a fun little project, nothing too hard for me to think about because the old brain is, you know, not functioning 100%, I would say. And you'll tell me what's new with that, Belinda. It's like you've been like that for ages. Well, yes, I have. And if you watch yesterday's video, you understand why. It's life is just not fun sometimes. But anyway, do I want to put a bit of this here as well? Now I could ink around these, and I actually was going to ink. I think that side's the better side. The other side's got a few negative words on it. But however, obviously I'm not going to put you through that today. I am just going to do this without inking. Maybe I'll ink around the outside when it's done, or maybe not, or maybe I'll just leave it until I put it in a journal. Right, something else here. I think I need, oh, maybe I could use this. This is out of an Enid Blyton book. I've either got rid of the page with the copyright on it, or it didn't have a copyright date. I guess it's probably from the 50s. I can't actually remember, but I love this illustration, so I'm going to use that on here. But I thought, why don't we use some of the text? So obviously not the top bit, because that will ruin our, it's very, very soft. I don't know if you can tell as I tore that. It's super soft. And all this lovely aging. It seems a shame to bin it, but oh, they look so stern and look scared. Probably not what I'm kind of wanting, those sorts of words. Got to be careful, even in children's books. Now, my problem is this is very soft, fragile paper. If I put it over somewhere that's going to fold, the likelihood is it's not going to stand up to it. So maybe we'll use that somewhere else. I'll grab out more book page. Different book page. Maybe this one. This is from also a children's book that's old, but it's not quite so fragile. And this is actually Alice in Wonderland. Okay, so this side talks about argument, executed, because it's about the Queen executing people and things, executioner. This side's better. It talks about croquet and a hedgehog. So I think we'll go with this side. It's just when you take those words in isolation, isn't it? Like the whole sentence is actually okay, but when you take those words, just a little bit of it, and it's like, ooh, yeah, no, that's it's not good words. Not good words. So there's going to be lots of writing space, so I'm not worried about taking up writing space because there will be plenty of it in and around the decoration. So just trying to make sure there's bits across both sides. Okay, turn it back over this way. There's a few bubbles because these forms are really, really thin. So just going to smooth out those bubbles a little bit. Get rid of that. It's a bit gluey now. Pop that in the rubbish. Okay. So we'll put a few more bits of book page around here. Maybe we'll want to put something up in the corner. Down, no, needs to go up. I don't want to cover over the number though. And I like this grimy edge, the aged edge, so I think I'll leave that on. Not very talkative, am I really? But never mind. I've got to ring a few people today. I've got to ring my mum, got to ring her friend, give her an update. I've got to go around to somebody's place and pick some stuff up. I've got to post some mail. So I'm conscious of these other things that I've got to do and kind of trying not to focus too much on that. Okay, let's put that bit down there. So that page, just that little bit did stick to that page. It doesn't take much for it to stick. So I think it's going to be another busy week, which I'm kind of feeling like, oh, I don't know if I want a busy week. Well, actually, I do know I don't want a busy week. I'm going to be out all day Friday again. I was hoping to be home. It's the first of the month this week, so I've got my newsletter to do, I've got my Patreon printables to do, I've got a lot of work to do, and I haven't got my new digital out yet. I haven't even scanned it yet, so it's probably not, possibly not going to be up this month, which is the antique music, sheet music covers. Right, so I'm just going to tear around this image. She's giving her bunny a bath. I think that's just so sweet. Just adorable, and we'll have to work out where we would like it on the page, on this page. It's quite hard to tear it. It's so soft. It's just wanting to tear in odd, weird ways. So putting your thumb, if you can, helps stop it tear where you don't want it, and it will tear generally along where your thumb is, but sometimes you can't kind of get into the space, or I can't, how one might want to. Got to do the newsletter. Did I say that? Got to do the newsletter. It's a busy time of the month, that's for sure. Now do we, it's dry enough to fold. I'm thinking the white would be on the front, Let's try and fold it in half so we can see where we're placing things. Hopefully that glue's dry enough. Otherwise we might get some funky sort of creasing and stuff going on, but mostly okay, I think. Mostly okay. It's not too bad. Then by the my goodness, once it's in a signature, that will not be noticeable. Okay, so where would we like this? Do we want it on the front? Oh, it's just so adorable. So adorable. I kind of like her there actually. So it's not all about the front, that you turn it over and you get something interesting on the back. Now these forms are so thin that you can actually see the back of the book pages. So that will be visible. Some of the text will be visible, but it's very subtle. So it actually works to add some interest without being like really in your face obvious, or like you can write over this so easily, but there's still something there in the meantime, some subtle little detail. And if you really wanted, you could read it through here if one was so inclined. It's something my husband would do when I give him something to look at that I've made. He actually reads the text on it, and I'm like, you're not supposed to actually read it, but I want to. It's like, that's not the point. You're not supposed to read it. It's just visually interesting texture, and it's like, and sometimes you'll pick out a word or something, or make a comment about what's written on something, good, bad, or indifferent. It's just like, it's not there for you to read, darling. But it does make one think that, yes, you know, people might read what's on the ephemera. So avoiding those bad words is a good plan, generally. That's lovely. Okay, I think I'm done with the book page. So I've got lots of scraps, so I'll sort those out after the video. Just clearing, kind of consolidating my mess here a little bit. Right, I had grabbed this out. It's a bit of wrapping paper just to inject a bit of colour, because everything is super neutral, and this is also neutral but with that splash of green and white. And I thought, do we want to put some of that on just to bring in something? There's this lovely butterfly here. How about if we put maybe that on the front? If I give it a loose tear. All very crunchy, isn't it? Crunchy paper. And it's got lovely white swirls and stuff, so it's very decorative. I think we'll put that there. Don't need that tiny little fragment I tore off. So I'm trying to not take too long to make decisions. I just want to get this done. So I would envisage that this is a shorter video than normal. I'm just going to do the one, show the idea, and then I'm going to move on with my day and get some things done that I need to. I've also got a load of washing sitting in the machine that needs to go out. I've already done one this morning. And, you know, it's heading towards winter, so I need to get them out earlier in the day, not later. Otherwise, they're not going to dry on the line. Okay, now that's super cute. Stamping was another thing that Gayle did on these, and I just realized if I stamp on this paper, it will totally be visible on the other side because of how thin the paper is. So, do I stamp or don't I? Washi tape was another, and that's where I thought I might bring in a bit more colour. Got this green one. It's got kind of a leaf, repeating leaf design in white. Since we've got the green here, we could put some green. I think I want torn edges. It had a cut edge, so let's just tear off where it was cut. And just going to be completely random here. No rhyme or reason. It's just a bit of colour, a bit of decoration. Going to add some glue stick just to make sure it doesn't go anywhere over time. Put some splashes here and there. Oh, this is my second piece and I am already super sticky. And maybe another bit down there. Just going for it. Put some on the inside as well. No idea what journal this will end up in. It's just a random make that will find its place in time. That image is just too stinking adorable. Let's put it down there this time. And so it's probably not going to be in the center, so you're not going to see like this. I wouldn't imagine that this would be exposed all at the same time. So I might put a bit across both pages at the top, both sides I should say. And it's also, you know, it could equally be tucked into a pocket. It's small enough that it could go in a pocket or be a piece of ephemera in a like a folio type thing. Just put it more towards this side, I think. Just a little bit there on that other side. You know, it's narrow enough it would easily fit in a pocket or in a tuck spot or behind a belly band, those, you know, usual types of places where you'd put some ephemera. Want another bit up there, just a short wee bit. I've used this washi tape quite a bit actually. It's quite useful. It's got a bit of variation in the green. It's not all the same green, but it's very subtle. So it sort of goes lighter and slightly darker, which just is a very lovely effect that it has. So I may have to go and buy another roll of it because I'm getting through it. Okay, let's pop another bit down the bottom, I think, just to balance out this bit at the top. So I may forego the stamping. The option would be to stamp on scraps of paper and then glue those on. That would be the way around it. I just don't know if I want to take the time. So normally I'd put 3, but I'm liking the balance that's coming with just the 2 pieces. Like there's a balance and we've still got lots of writing space. You could even write in amongst the lines on the music. Writing space, lots of fun decoration, writing space. So one thing I was wondering, there's lots of words. I know there's lots of words already. I was thinking about adding a word, but now I'm changing my mind. It's like, do I want to use a label instead? which could be quite fun. Yeah, I like that. And normally I would ink it, and my first instinct was to ink it, but nothing else I've stuck down is inked, so I'm going to resist. And it's difficult, let me tell you, it's difficult to resist because these look so awesome inked up. This is from the Junk Journal Studio, and it is Labels from Days Gone By Volume 2, if you're interested. A wonderful set of labels. But I'm really resisting the inking. So I think to ink that when nothing else is inked would just be a bit weird. So we're going nude. Oh yeah, I said it. Going nude on the label. And the bunny, I guess, is nude because it's having a bath. I imagine it's still got fur on, so decent. Right, I think that's it. It's quite simple, and you can add as much or as little as you like. I like how you can see the illustration through that page. But what a fun way to use the forms. Stamping would look awesome, but yeah, I would need to stamp it on, you know, offcuts of coffee dyed paper or even like bits of brown paper or something, and then put those on. So unless I stamped like on the bits of book page, could do that. Do we want to do that? How long we've been? Let's take a moment. What do I want? Just want something quick and easy, so grab the first one that I saw. Oh, got a stencil in my drawer I haven't put away. Right. Let's just go for this lemon lime twist. And I'm looking at this little sprig of leaves here. Now watch me get ink everywhere. Hopefully I've got enough. I might actually go up on that label, kind of incorporate it all together. Oh, it's not very visible. It is on the label, but it's not very visible on the book page. Maybe I should have gone with a darker ink. It's more visible there. Let's put a couple up here, couple together. It's more visible on this light music paper. Definitely should have gone with a darker green or other colour. Like put a spray of them. Oh, that's pretty. I like that. And then let's put one. Now there is this book page behind, so we could actually stamp on this because it wouldn't be seen through that illustration. I want to put one up maybe there. This ink is so light that maybe it wouldn't actually show through that much. And I'm stamping into the writing space, but it's so light you can easily write over top. Oh yes, I like that. And I like the effect of how it kind of brings everything together a bit. But that's all the stamping I'm going to do. I'm quite happy. It's just a subtle little detail. This is the only area that's kind of a bit nah, but at the same time there's nothing wrong with it. It's just not as visible as what I thought it would be, but that doesn't make it bad. It just means it's somebody might have to hunt for it to see it. Okay, my friends, that's it for today. I'm going to leave it there and move on with everything else that I need to do and try and make the most of the day. Thanks for being here. Take care, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.